Happy Wednesday to the people. It is myself, Officer Hollywood, and Ash. We are back. Hello to the people. We've missed you. I know you've missed us. The people have been clamoring, Ash, asking us to record a video. We hear it in the shop all the time. When's the next video? When's the next video? Guys, it was a crazy couple of weeks. We wrote an agenda for today's video. It's right in front of us here, so we're going to yap about it. This is just kind of a shoot from the hip video. We didn't have any one particular thing we were going to talk about this time around, so a number of topics this time for the people. First and foremost, we're approaching the 500 subscriber mark, Ash. This might seem like a small milestone to some people, but it's just a couple of us.
I'm having a hard time believing 500 people
want to hear what we
want to hear what we're talking about.
With like the really shoddy editing work that I do and the microphones, which tend to sometimes capture my heavy breathing. Yeah, Darth Vader in the house. Anyway, we really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. We have, I don't know, lots of stuff yet that we want to make videos about. And of course, we're always interested to know if the people want us to talk about a topic. So feel free to drop a comment anytime on any of the videos, unless you're correcting us on whether numbers are letters or not. Moving forward, where have we been, Ash? It's been, the last episode was over 14 days ago, I think, by my estimation. Almost 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Where have we been?
What have we been up to?
I don't even remember my name anymore.
Last I checked, you were Ashley.
Yes.
June,
I wore my hat backwards today so that...
Well, yeah, you're cool, Ash, today.
No, like this way you can't tell if it's crooked or not.
That's right. That's right. So in June...
Yeah.
We had an extremely busy June in the comic book
what's
world.
going on?
Normally, what is the summer like, Ash?
I mean, here's the thing. Leading up to getting the store, it was kind of a, everybody's like, summer slows down, this and that, like, which makes sense. People go to the lake, doing stuff, you know, school's out.
Our store happens to be, if you're not familiar with Winnipeg, the shop is in...
South end of the city.
Yeah, kind of a little bit more of an affluent area where probably the average home has a little bit of a higher income. Not rich people, I wouldn't say, but like, you know, middle class for sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of these folks do have cottages and cabins and places to go. And in the summer, people take off time with the kids and stuff. There's a couple of schools near us.
But yet, we've been, like, it got busier. Every 5 years that we've been here, it's, I swear it gets busier in the summer. And like, this is by no means a complaint. It's, I want to know who was saying before that it gets quiet in the summer. It doesn't. It's
funny because while we say this, there's no one in the store at the moment, but it's a good time for us to record in the middle of the day on a Wednesday. So I think that we probably had, to give you an idea, nearly... I want to say, me and Erica thought it was about 50 collections come in to the store during the month of June, which is...
Probably not far off.
It's a pretty substantial amount. Like, there was a time I remember where we were getting maybe 1 or 2 collections a week, and that felt like a lot still.
Yeah.
And these aren't all, you know, ginormous collections.
Anything from, like, you know, a bundle of books to, what was the one... The other, like 40 boxes come from somewhere in Ontario.
Yeah.
Erica and I 2 weeks ago drove to Kenora. That was about 15 or 20 long boxes.
Yeah, so there's been all sorts. And to give you folks an idea, like I remember there was a time, maybe it was 2022 or so, when I remember telling you, like, listen, we can't bank on collections coming in all the time.
Yes.
And yet, I've said that, I think it's been raining collections pretty steadily.
Famously, as you know, words have power.
The power of words is not to be underestimated. So yeah, we just had a tremendous amount of stuff to catch up on, and there was a little bit of time off in there. I took a few days off for Canada Day. Yep. A shout out to our fellow Canucks. And that's kind of where we've been and what we've been doing. Obviously, before you guys heard in the last video that we had some flooding problems in our homes and stuff. That's all hopefully taken care of now.
Yeah.
How's the pump system working?
It's been flawless.
This guy is a wizard.
What's
the
the
tinkerer?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
That's what they say.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's move on to a new topic here,
I
Ash.
don't even know what you wrote down here.
Well, I wrote down here, I'll read it as it's written. Supergirl came out. Yay?
Oh, the movie. Yeah, you saw it. What do you think?
The movie. So, you know, first and foremost,
Yep.
I've not read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which I hear
That's
is a must-read comic.
2024?
I don't know. No, it's earlier than that, I think. 20,
But like
it's
recent,
a newer,
right?
Supergirl story that's lauded by the people. They commonly say it's some of the best Supergirl stuff that's been written.
It sold really well when it was new.
Yeah,
that.
and when the news came out that that's what they were basing the movie on, gave it another big jump, and many people had a lot of positive things to say about the source material, the comic.
Yes, yes.
So I watched it, and I don't really like the new direction of the DC universe, to be honest with you. I have said it before many a time in the store here. I want my superheroes to be depressed. I want them to be miserable. I love seeing them struggle because to me it's like, well, hardship, right? It's a character builder. But
Yep.
these movies are a little too cheerful for me lately. It's a little too on the I don't know, happy-go-lucky side. It's bordering on silly sometimes. At least with Superman. I was not a big fan of the Superman movie. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments. It wasn't my tempo.
So now, what I'm sure a lot of people want to know, and no spoilers because it's still fresh, Lobo.
Yeah,
I mean, he's in the trailer. That's not a spoiler.
Right. Without any spoilers, I would just say that, he did not need to be in that movie. It could have been literally anybody else, and it would have had basically the same impact. If anything, I have a lot of questions about, why the movie ended the way that it did, or, the kind of climactic scene. And Lobo kind of is just on the sidelines, smoking a cigar and laughing kind of thing.
Basically Jason Momoa in face makeup, right?
He's playing himself. The same. Yeah. Well, he's played himself for
everything.
A lot of the work that he's done, and that's fine. But for me, he did a good job as the character Lobo, but they really didn't get into too much of him. He's kind of just there as a it feels like fan service. Okay, the people have been wanting this for a long time. He's obviously friends with James Gunn, whatever, right? I thought it was fine. It's an okay movie. For me, it was, like I said, I'm kind of over the DCU already, unfortunately for me, because I am a huge fan of DC, but I know that there are inevitably many people who will like this movie, and I'm not trying to tell them they're wrong to like it.
Yep.
I just
so if you could give it a star rating, what are we talking out of 5?
Ooh, can I do point?
100%.
Half points?
Yep, half points, full points. You can do by the 0.1. How about that?
Oof.
So
I wouldn't a pizza review.
Yeah.
I'm going 2.3
out of 5.
Wow. It was not my tempo.
Huh.
It felt unnecessary, and ultimately, in my I could do a 2-hour long video on this topic, but really, just to sum it up, my problem is that Supergirl's greatest achievement in the comic books is dying. That's a hot take for you. Crisis on Infinite Earths, as they, it's to me as a non-super family fan, I'm already rolling my eyes at these movies, and to make your second project, your second big movie come out, and it's Supergirl, and it's essentially a side quest movie of trying to develop her. I just don't care. I really don't. And I hope that the people who are Supergirl fans love the movie, because they need a champion, right? They need someone to they need to see their interests represented on the screen, and
yeah.
it's a a cool story. But I'm also kind of tired of like crypto being in danger. It's 2 movies of crypto being in danger already. So come on, guys. Anyway, that's my take on Supergirl. I watched it opening night for the record. I go see every comic book movie opening night because that's what
yes.
I need to do.
Yep.
Moving on to something that maybe you can take the reins on here, Ash. This is a spicy topic.
I don't want to.
Well,
I will, but I mean, you were the one that mentioned it to me, but
yes. So
Rob Liefeld. Was it in an interview?
I think someone interviewed him because there's been a lot of discussion lately about how apparently Marvel and or Disney are considering ceasing publishing physical comic books by 2030, and Rob Liefeld basically just confirmed. He was like, "Yeah, believe that. Like, it's going to happen." What is your take on that situation, Ash?
How? This is every single time a first party or a third party company has tried to do a digital release of a book, whether it be Marvel with their interior QR codes where you get like an online copy, which was nice, but I still had to purchase the physical book to get said code. Comixology.
I think some of these online platforms are still around.
Yeah, they're around, but it's like they're not, people thought they were going to be the
downfall of comics,
the Google of comics. And, all the comics are like, no. People want to read a physical, tangible book.
Yeah, it's funny because...
It's yet another Rob Liefeld realm of impossibilities. Like, the guy lives in his own universe.
I mean, he's basically just trying to say, like, yeah, I've heard the same thing kind of thing, right? If that turns out to be the case, it's very similar. If you're a video game person, it feels very similar to what Sony's said they're going to be doing with PlayStation video games. They're not going to be making physical discs anymore. There's a petition online somewhere that's got like 200,000 signatures as of this recording, asking them to reconsider that because people want the physical, the physical media. They want to own it. They want to, if you're not a comic book collector, I could see you being like, "What's the big deal?" You could do your Jerry Seinfeld and stand up. What's the deal with
digital comics?
Exactly, right? What's the deal with so you could do that. But if you are a comic book collector, just as well as I do that there's a weird part of your brain that gets scratched when you organize all your comic books at home.
Yeah.
There's a weird part of your brain that gets scratched when you open up a comic and smell the interior, right? As you flip through the pages, make sure that it's all there.
Or not to mention, like, I don't really like Spider-Man anymore. I'm going to just sell them and I'll pick up something that I like. Or the feeling that most collectors get when it's like some book that like, what do we, I don't even know what we have here.
Detective 6 something.
There's nothing in this book as far as key or whatever, but let's just, for example, I have this book in my collection. Movie gets announced and this character's first appearance, there isn't one, but I'm saying you're using as an example. This character's first appearance pops off. Most collectors who have a collection of any kind of size, the feeling of that book going from me just enjoying it for the sake of enjoying it to, now it's worth hundreds of dollars. Like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, being able to resell it or trade it with somebody, whatever.
It's part of the whole cosm of collecting and comics in general. And I just, like I said, it's literally a guy trying to keep himself relevant by putting a hot take out there on an already hot topic.
It is a topic that does have there's been other websites that have apparently been hearing the same thing, and they probably were the ones who asked Rob Liefeld about it. Sure. Whatever the case is, I mean,
like what, like Bleeding Cool or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's an interesting time
Enquirer
out
of
here.
comic books.
If this is a topic that you're passionate about particularly, we'd love to hear your stance on it, one way or the other. And to that end as well, I mean, if you don't like that idea of Marvel and DC, at least Marvel moving away from printed media, I would say the best thing you could do is probably speak with your wallet. And that is to buy physical comics while they're available. And should they decide to continue to go the digital route, don't be paying for them, I would say, if you're passionate about it. That said, some people, this would benefit. If you're a guy who lives in the boonies out in the middle of nowhere, maybe you don't have a comic store to you. Shipping stuff might be insanely expensive. So maybe it's the most economical solution for you. These are not the people I'm worried about.
No.
It is the guys who come in here every Wednesday to come pick up the new comics, who want to talk to us about the ongoing storylines. Hey, did you hear about this in Spider-Man? Man, could you believe Mary Jane is Venom?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
It's just...
and that being said, none of those guys...
They don't want digital.
They don't want digital. Folks, I should say. People in general. They don't want digital. And what are you going to do?
You can't cram it down their throat.
Read your book online and then go shout into the void on social media how much you like them? I don't know. It's goofy. It's goofy.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Next topic.
How about a more fun topic?
It is a more fun topic.
I love this. Yeah.
We got the news, I think it was Canada Day or the day before. Or maybe before that even.
Right around then, sure.
The Absolute Batman, if you're familiar with that comic.
You should be.
It's going to be going... what did I write down here? Yeah, it's going to be animated. They're getting an animated series, it sounds like.
Dude, I'm hyped. DC's animated movies, so good. I can't think of a single one that I haven't been just love,
It's
pretty piped.
Animation that DC puts out is so
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's always been good.
Yeah.
We've already seen issue 1 of Absolute Batman over the last year continue to climb, and then I think the book was doubled in price after the announcement came out overnight, which is just crazy. So
$400 for near mint raw copies.
It's 400. I think I saw 500 at one point too. It's just absolutely bananas. Good for Snyder and Dragata and anyone who's worked on that book. And honestly, kudos to DC for trying to strike while the iron's hot for sure.
Yeah.
I guess the last kind of large headline and thing people have been talking about in the comic world is Amazing Spider-Man 1000, Ashley. So if you're not in the know, the A cover of that book was a John Romita Jr. cover.
Masterpiece.
And, not to very many people, but there was a lot of online feedback, a lot of bullying, we might say, a lot of negative comments. I'm not a fan of that cover. Many people are not fans of that cover. And then it looked like Marvel had pulled the cover. And we're saying, nope, we're not going to do that John Romita Jr. cover anymore. Pepe Larraz is going to get his shake at it instead as the A cover. Now it seems like there's basically 2 A covers where you have the original John Romita Jr. cover is still the A cover, I think. And then the Pepe Larraz 1000 cover is also the A cover. I don't know. It's confusing. But, Ash, what is your take on the situation?
I've
the shrugging Spider-Man cover.
Boy, it's bad.
It's not his best work.
I've come around on the thought of it, though, to what you and I had talked about in the shop here. Mm-hmm. While the artwork... abhorrently bad. It is. It's
pretty rough for a milestone issue, and it's not to say that every artist needs to make their career-defining work because of a milestone issue.
But like you had said, they really did Romita Jr. dirty with this whole situation.
Yeah, the whole wishy-washy, it's pulled, it's not pulled, we don't know, blah blah blah.
I don't know. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. The art, I think, was bad enough that it would affect sales being there. However, them them, reneging how they were doing it. It's
Question marks around it.
Yeah,
and it's not like they came out and put out a press release saying we're pulling that cover. It just like disappeared from product listings that you could order from.
There was enough shouting from the social media void that they were like, oh, okay, well, let's get a different cover on there. And then it's like, well, yeah, but it's Ramita Jr. We probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's like like the card lays already played. Yeah, I don't know. The whole situation's just, it's goofy. That's my take on it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Obviously, we've talked about this kind of stuff in the store before, so nothing new to people who've been around to hear us yap about it. But really, for the folks at home here, my stance was always just like, I don't like the cover. I've made it very clear over time to the people who shop here and even on the channel here that I'm not a huge John Romita Jr. fan. I've never really have been. But I think it is a bad message to anybody who works at Marvel for them to pull that cover, let alone to somebody who's been working on that comic series for like 40 or 50 years, right? Off and on. It's not to say he's the guy. He's definitely a generational artist in that he did so much Spider-Man stuff over the years. Did I like any of it? Not really.
Like, why couldn't they made it a variant cover?
Because it's his bookend, right? It's like, yeah, John, like, you're out of here, John. Like, how, you know what? You get the A cover, buddy, and happy trails. Instead of a gold watch, he's getting the ASM 1000 cover, and then he's getting roasted for it.
Yeah.
It sucks. The whole situation sucks. Everything about it sucks. People roasting him online. Yeah, I mean, look, it just is what it is. I don't even understand the drawing either. People are saying it's supposed to depict Spider-Man, like the momentum of him being like pulled.
That
by
cover
his
should
webs
have
and
never
stuff.
made it past editorial.
No, and that's the part that people are not focused on. It's like, yeah, you could roast John Romita Jr. all day long,
but
right?
someone okayed it. Like,
yeah, it's the people who okayed it that I'm ultimately shaking my head at here.
Yeah.
It's just a rough situation all in all. But anyway, we just wanted to come back to the people here and film a little a yap sesh.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. Shoot the breeze, if you will. And I don't know, Ash, do we have anything we want to add?
Like a Jerry Springer, closing thought? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything, unfortunately.
Do we want to do anything special for the people if we hit 500 subs? Do you have anything planned?
I don't, but I'm sure we could come up with something.
We'll come up with something. So if you're watching and you're not already subscribed, please feel free. We're hoping to hit that milestone soon, but definitely we would never ask you to subscribe if you don't care for the content. And if you think we suck, that's fine too. Okay. Anyway, we have some stuff to do at the shop here yet. It's only 3:30 or so we've got to round out the day. Very good. We'll see the people next Wednesday.
Yes.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes.
Toodaloo. See you.